Hello, this is Keith Hughes from Pensinger.com, and as part of eBook Deathmatch, today I'd like to bring you an excerpt from the short story Fetch, which is one of the tales within Scott Roche's horror anthology, Through a Glass Darkly. Before I get into the story, I want to let you know that we do have a Facebook event for eBook Deathmatch that if you haven't become a part of it, then please do. Just look for eBook Deathmatch. It is a great central repository for all of the content that Scott and I are putting out for eBook Deathmatch. And now, the excerpt from Fetch. The walk back towards the ancient cemetery was colder. The sun was still out, but something had drained from the world with the knowledge that he had failed Caffrey at the last. Father Ian decided to make it up to the man's memory, at least. He would come back here with holy water, and perhaps his scapular, and bless the cemetery properly. It wasn't that he thought there was anything evil there. He wasn't sure he still entirely believed in that sort of evil, but it would make him feel better, and it wouldn't do any harm. The late afternoon light suddenly became even more dim. Ian looked up to see clouds crossing the face of the sun. It looked like they were going to get another flurry. He doubled his efforts, wanting to get back to the car before it started. As he neared the hedgerow, he saw movement out of the corner of his eye. Now more than his body was cold, as a chill wrapped around his heart. He changed course slightly. If there was someone there, maybe there was more to Caffrey's death than his old heart stopping. Maybe the man really had seen someone out here, a drifter or a criminal on the run, and had been done in by them. Just because he hadn't seen a wound on the corpse didn't mean there wasn't one. "You there!" he called out, the sound of his words muffled by snow and the realization as he spoke them that if this drifter, or worse, had a weapon of any kind, Ian might soon be joining Caffrey. There was no answer, but clearly saw a movement, like someone was crouching down behind the hedges. The Gardai would want a description, or they would assume it was a dog or some other animal. Another furtive movement almost convinced him that was it, until the man stood. Ian's jaw dropped. It was as if he looked in a mirror. The man had his same black peacoat, a clerical collar peeking out. Jet black hair streaked with premature silver and tossed by the wind, just a little too long for a proper priest, crowned his head. High cheekbones from his mother and a prominent nose from his father made him look equal parts prince and prize-fighter. The only thing different was his eyes. Ian's were the blue of the sea on a bright summer's day. This thing's eyes were black as tar. No white visible. The other Ian smiled. It was like a punch to the priest's stomach. "Hello, Father." Suddenly Ian wasn't worried about a weapon. His right hand went of its own accord to the rosary in his pocket. "Hello." The word came out as a croak. He cleared his throat and tried again. "Hello." That was a little better. His brain spun in his skull, looking for an explanation for what he saw. He had none. "'Twas the twin I never had. Saw him as plain as I see you there, Father." Caffrey's words from last night echoed in his head. "Mind did you take the sacramentals with you, Father? I think the devil himself has taken up residence there." Those words taunted him. He wasn't prepared physically, mentally, or spiritually for something like this. "Oh, I'm not himself, dear boy. Not at all." The thing's voice was almost his. It was flattened somehow. Not so much in pitch, as it was just lifeless. Where there should have been acidic humor, there was no real emotion. "Though I am here for your soul." Ian pinched the metal at the end of his rosary between thumb and forefinger. "Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil." The prayer started out rough, his words coughing out of his mouth. Halfway through they gained momentum and clarity. The thing in priest's garb seemed to thin. Then it laughed and gained solidity. "This is not a battle, Ian. I will take your soul just as Angus Caffrey's was taken. You will not see another sun set." Then the thing simply faded from sight. Ian shook his head like he was trying to free himself from a nightmare. Then the pain from the tips of the fingers on his right hand registered. He pulled them out and looked at them. The pressure he had been exerting on the metal left an impression in angry red and bone white. And that's the excerpt from the story. I do hope you enjoyed it. Please check out Scott's horror anthology, Through a Glass Darkly. It is available on the Amazon Kindle store and on the Smashwords store for other e-reader types. You can also find links that will take you to those places from penslinger.com. There are also links down in the show notes for you. Once again, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, be seeing you.